Hello there and welcome to Forever Box. It is a Wednesday, which means it's time for the Rassie Report. And this week, we have a literal Rassie Report. The Springboks have officially wrapped up their alignment camp down in Cape Town, the in-person alignment camp that is for players based in South Africa as well. As any players were currently in South Africa due to injury, which actually aren't any as far as we understand. But basically what's happened is that the group got together at the beginning of this week and have had a couple of gym sessions, and majority of the time being spent in the boardroom having meetings and different sessions where basically the coaches each had an opportunity to present on their specific roles and their specific departments with regards to the year ahead. And working with an 82 player group, they're giving an additional virtual alignment camp where 26 players have been invited to. The coaches have presented the plan, the logistical plan, the year plan, and what the situation is with the box. And Rassie Rasmus has said the following about it. He said the purpose of the alignment camps are to get everyone on the same page about what the year looks like, to set our goals and delve into what we're expecting from the players, while also reminding them of a few things we do on and off the field. We've got a very busy year ahead for the Springboks. 15 matches at this stage scheduled, hoping to have 14 test matches, Barbarians game, and very, very cool to see what the games are going to be like, and what sort of teams we're putting out, especially given the fact that we've got some very, very big games. Two away games versus New Zealand, away game against Ireland and Dublin, that away game against France. But then also got incoming games which are opportunities to start to sort of rotate and try new players, like the Georgia game, like the two Italian tests, for example, the Barbarians game. So a lot of opportunity to test new waters whilst making sure that you continuously sort of build up momentum. In terms of what the entire camp was about, Rassie Rasmus said that the camp was productive in terms of the bigger picture for the team in many ways, not only from a coaching staff perspective in general, and especially with Felix Reed joining us and slotting in really well, but you also touched on all of the other areas that make the team function optimally, such as operations, medical, media, and technical areas, which are all very important. Quite interesting in terms of, for example, like the media. They are very media trained in the box in terms of pushing a narrative. They basically built an identity. What does it mean to be a Springbok? What are the connotations of playing for the Springboks? And you very much get that from the players when they go into press conferences, when they give interviews. And you start to see the themes come out. For example, talk about the fact that playing for Springboks is a pressure, is a privilege, not a pressure. And they things about the media, the medical protocols. What are the medical protocols? What are your expectations with regards to when you're sort of recovering on a week to week basis? The technical areas of your game. What do you need to work on? Stuff like that. So it's the first start of the Springbok season. They will meet once again in 12 weeks' time. So they now all return back to the unions, and it's full steam ahead for the URC EPCR competitions for our players. They won't have any more Springboks with contact until basically the season gets going. And what's also quite important is Rasmus Rasmus talked about the fact that it's all about the different parts and the different people all getting to know each other. So he said that there's been a lot of talk about Felix, but we also have a new dietitian in Robin Moore and physiotherapist in Lance Lebekies, and each person has a skill set. So instead of putting people in departments and judging those specific departments, we plan to work together. So he said, so this year we really want to try and bring up all these skills and use every bit of experience and energy each person has. I think that very much, the unity we see from the box is far more than just a PR stunt, really. They very much do look at finding ways to tap into every individual skill set. How can they lift their performance, even if it's just slightly from a dietary perspective? What does, in terms of medical perspective, what sort of can they do to try and reduce the impact of injuries, the chance of injuries, and that comes with recovery and the likes of that. How do they sort of find the different aspects of performance? They've got sports scientists, and sports science is far more than just the physical. For example, it's about looking at the mental part of it. How do they stay mentally refreshed, mentally ready, mentally prepared for what it is that they will sort of undertake? So it's all starting to come together quite nicely, and that's what the alignment camp is. It's understanding what the different structures are, how they all sort of fit into each other, and what your expectations, what you need to do in order to be able to align with the Springbok vision. you basically put it down a path and you kind of understand what the different stations are you have to stop and which ones you have to stop at. And then all of a sudden you basically go forth and you expect to then walk that path alongside the coaches and with your fellow players and, basically go forth and become hopefully a great Springbok player. So very exciting times. Hopefully we'll get an update as well in terms of how the virtual alignment camp goes. And Rusty can give us a bit more of an update there. But the main thing is we've had all those players that are down in Cape Town. They'll now go back to the unions, and now we can really wait and see which of these players are going to put their hands up, which of these players are going to, be desperate for selection and make sure that when it comes to the first game of the season, they are in the selection mix and they are being spoken about in the boardroom when it comes to players that want to play. Which of the players in the alignment camp are you excited about? Let me know down in the comments below. We are also going to be doing a series of reviewing the entire alignment camp group, all 82 players, looking at the ages, heights, weight, profiles, where they're playing, for example, the local versus externally based, and looking at some of the stats over there. Very interesting to start seeing how the ages all sort of pan out with regards to the age now, the age of the Rugby World Cup and the likes of that. So make sure you do subscribe to the channel as we dive into that. We're also going to be giving a report away for everybody members who are part of our WhatsApp channel. So go and check the link in the description for that as well. Please just smash like the video. Please just subscribe to the channel as mentioned. And we'll see you guys all very soon.